show, and maybe a little bit beyond, because we'll give some other information, but we want to make sure our folks know what the heck is going on.
Right.
If there's grants out there, if there's business money out there, if there's educational stuff out there, like what is the city offering the community that normally we don't have any clue about. So that's one of the reasons that we have that show.
I love it.
And then we have of course the cooking shows at noon throughout the week. We have at 2 o'clock we switch up stuff, so we do education on Monday, finance on Tuesday, business on Wednesday, health and wellness on Thursday, and I can't remember fashion on Friday. So that just hits, a little bit of everything. So we have New-ish, where we bring in new artists to just literally perform. We're not YouTubing your stuff or whatever. You doing a live performance in the studio. So we're doing that. Then we have the Mandate talk show, and then we have women meeting in the ladies room talk show as well. So that happens. All of those shows happen Monday through Friday.
There's a lot happening, guys. You need to avail yourself of the One TV, because there's lots happening there, and a lot of information is flowing through those airwaves right now. So if you want to be in the know, you want to know what's up, you want to be down. Yeah, know what's up, be down.
Yes.
Know what's up and be down with the One Media.
And make sure you download the app, because all of it's right there at your fingertips. There. It's good stuff.
Who wants to deal with Facebook or on some old, like, I don't see nothing.
I don't see that.
But if you open the One Media, look at me. I work here. But don't you think that I just ended up, I put in my... You know what I mean? And every 99 cents that gets paid to download the app, proceeds from that goes to community initiatives, which
so
is
you're giving back
awesome.
also, just
philanthropy and being down by knowing what's up.
being down.
Being down by knowing what's up.
There you go. Okay. So what are we celebrating today, my friend?
Man, hold on a second.
Is it cake day?
It is not. Spoiler alert. However, I gotta get to weather because you're jumping ahead.
I know. I'm trying to figure out.
There's a list of things. There's a list of things. Anyway, today's high will be 96 degrees with 0% chance of precipitation. Unfortunately, for those who are looking for that. And tonight's low will be a gorgeous 76 degrees here in the Alamo City, under partly cloudy skies. I'm guessing that means partly cloudy. You tried to teach me yesterday, but I forgot already. And 10% chance of precipitation. And right now in the Alamo City, it is a beautiful 76 degrees. Go outside, enjoy it, and then as the sun gets higher in the sky, run back inside real quick.
Because while it lasts.
Yes, enjoy that. Now, what are we celebrating today? Well, there's only 2 things to celebrate today.
That's it?
Usually there's a list of things.
I know.
But today,
I gotta go grab this, sit here, and sing this
with my left hand and holding the tinfoil antenna with the right hand. Yo, kids don't know about that.
What do I gotta do today?
All right, so today, August 14th, is National VJ Day.
Oh, video.
No. It has nothing to do. Nothing.
Nothing to do with MTV.
Nothing to do with MTV.
Okay.
National VJ Day. Right? Maybe if I put the accent on the other syllable.
Gotcha.
VJ Day. And VJ Day is the victory over Japan. Right? So the U.S.'s victory over Japan in World War II. So it's National VJ Day. And that also kind of marked, it marked the end of World War II.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a national holiday, the day that World War II ended.
So nothing to do with MTV.
Officially, and nothing to do with MTV. Well, World War II paved the way to let you be able to have your MTV. Right?
Look,
or else it would be JTV. Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Tokyo TV. We don't want that. Not now. Well, not then. Now might be nice. Anyway, and it is also National Creamsicle Day.
I like a good creamsicle.
What?
I like.
Finally, she likes a thing that I'm talking about over here, because usually it's the
who cares about
face,
that?
Just the.
I don't like that stuff.
I don't understand what you're saying. Why would you put raisins in a thing? Like, that's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we still love her. But yes, today is National Creamsicle Day. So celebrate National VJ Day by going to get yourself a nice creamsicle and remembering the celebration that happened at the end of World War II. Do you remember the iconic picture in Times Square where the sailor was just kissing that nurse?
Sure.
You remember that? Do you remember?
Not really, but sure.
The end of World War II. The end of World War II.
I feel like I do, but I really wanted to. So.
Well, okay. If I show it to you,
like, it'll work.
If I show it to you,
So my boy says, finally we up the volume. Sometimes we're blasting loud, my friend, and sometimes, not loud enough. But today we're perfect. We are actually in San Antonio, Texas, sir, right now. And he is in Dallas, Texas, tuned in and turned up.
Consuelo. Consuelo, I believe, is female.
Well, fantastic. She is in Dallas, Texas.
Consuelo is, in my experience, Consuelo is a female name.
She's studied
Latina.
in El Centro College.
All right.
I love it.
Iconic Times Square picture. Boom.
You just had to show it to me.
I had to show it to you, lady. What's
okay, I remember that picture.
You remember that picture? Oh my gosh, there's a
all
lot
kind of remakes going on.
There's a lot of it. No, it's so iconic that, and I'll show the good folks at home as well.
What I'm looking at.
Boom. Do you guys remember that? So that is the iconic World War II picture that marked the end of World War II as well. Sailors coming home, and oh my gosh, or people, all of our people that were overseas are finally coming home and getting to start their life and beginning the baby boom.
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All the baby boomers.
Everybody was sexing it up.
All the baby boomers alive today.
It started with that kiss.
And they didn't even know each other. That's the thing. That's not his girl, and that's not her man. They were just so sailors and soldiers.
Yeah,
and everybody,
they were just so excited.
And nurses and everybody just so excited to be home. You just grab a girl and kiss her. Like, yes, America, we're back.
That's much like Thursday nights at Nyosa. Just grab someone and kiss them.
Sure. I don't know what that means, but yes.
It's a thing.
Not for me. Now, what's interesting about that picture too is the young lady being kissed right there actually recently passed away. She was 92 years old.
Oh wow.
And for years and years there was a huge debate over who these two people are, because if you remember, it's not like you could tag somebody in the picture, right? It's a photographer randomly taking pictures, and this one became iconic, and it was on the cover of Time magazine, or no, Life magazine. That's what it was. On the cover of Life magazine back in those days. But it was just guy out there taking pictures and hoping to get a good one, go back to the lab, develop the pictures, and this is a good one. But who are these people, right? And for years, they didn't know. And they were trying to figure it out. And then finally, there was this big push to okay, who are these people? Facial recognition and different things like that. People who came forward to say, oh, that's me. I'm the guy in the picture. Or that's me. I'm the lady in the picture. And there were multiple of each. No, y'all can't all be the guy in this picture.
Right.
So they went through figuring out who they were and blah blah blah, and in the end they figured out who the gentleman was and who the young lady was. For what?
I don't know.
For something that happened in 40
for using my picture all over the place on the front of Life.
No, man.
Time.
No.
CNN.
CNN. ONN. Old ass network.
Right. I guess. Well, that's cool. I like it.
Big shout to Johnny Nuno, who's watching right now. Also Del Monte Alexander.
Monte,
she said, smiled in her special way. Monte. I know you know that one. Anyway.
So I'm going to give you some early bird tips this morning. I gave some before, but I'm going to give them again. They're tips to achieve anything you want to in life. I'm going to go quickly, so pay attention to achieve anything you want to in life.
Word up.
First, focus on commitment, not motivation. Right?
Okay.
Motivation goes whoop, commitment, seek knowledge, not results. Right? Because results are also, sometimes you get a bad result, sometimes you get a great result. So you can't focus on results. You got to focus on seeking knowledge of it. The more knowledge you know, the better you're at, right? The farther you're going to go. Make the journey fun. This is life. I don't care what you're doing. You start a business, you start a church, you start this, you start new events, you're doing whatever. You still living life. So you need to make that journey fun.
I like
so
that
when
one.
you can say my life was fun,
Yes.
no matter what I was doing.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Get rid of stagnating thoughts. Our thoughts are the worst for us when it comes to anything, right? We'll sit up there and say, oh, this happened, or these people are talking about me, or this, ain't none of that going on.
Right.
But we have it all going on in our head. So you got to control this thought process up here. I was watching one of the pastors one day on TV, and he said, change the channel in your mind. And I was like, And so I got me a little clicker, and I'll be like, choop, choop, and literally make myself change the channel, even if I have to put a thought in there. Okay, I'm gonna think about me shopping for a Gucci purse. Beep beep. It's never happened, so I gotta really be imaginative for that one. That's never actually happened. So, but that will take me off of whatever the heck I was just thinking about.
I love it.
Literally change the channel in your mind.
Nice.
Use your imagination. Your imagination is in that brain of yours, and it starts off great creations. So don't always be like, okay, it's got to work this way. I've got to do it this way. This is the way they taught me. It might be the way they taught you. That's one way, but there's other ways to do stuff too. So just use your imagination on different stuff. Think a little bit differently. Try something, go left and maybe not right, and see where it takes you. You could invent the next thing.
Right.
Stop being nice to yourself, and stop being too mean to yourself.
Stay somewhere in the middle, everybody.
Stay somewhere in the middle of yourself, because we, as much as we are the worst on ourselves, we also give ourselves a whole lot of passes.
Absolutely.
And a lot of excuses.
Absolutely.
And you probably doing that right now with the reason why you ain't cleaned up your house, or went to go get your car fixed, or took that exam that you need to get to the next level at your job, or whatever. Like you are being too nice to yourself. You're making excuses for yourself, and you're staying in the same spot. So stop that.
I am not making excuses. I have to be here, Nika.
You're right. But after you leave here, what are you doing? Don't make me call you back for another show. I'll fill your time, boo. I'll fill your time.
I was eating cake, Nika.
Right.
It was creamsicle day. What do you want me to do?
Get rid of all your distractions, all right? And then, that's the hardest thing. Some people be like, but my family's my distraction. Well, you can't get rid of them, but you can move yourself around, right? So whatever it is that you need to be productive in life and in what you're doing, do that. You cannot sit up and blame other people, because you made the choice to stay around those people. So remove yourself. Remove yourself from distractions. Yes. Don't rely on others. We know we have to work with others. We collaborate with others, but you cannot rely on someone else to do what you need to do for your business, your education, your hair, your whatever.
I know, right? See what relying on others for your hair gets
but
you?
It does.
None.
So, but you need to make sure that you can take care of your stuff the way you need to, right? And then when you are working with others, that's what you do. Work with others.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Plan it out. Everything that's successful has a good plan, right? And that plan might have changed a little bit, as it goes along, and as you learn new things, you might have to tweak your plan. You might have thought, I just knew this was going to work, but the Lord showed me that this could work too. Right. So now I'm going to tweak my plan a little bit. But when you're going through hard times, I was telling my homegirl yesterday, when you're going through hard times, you're going through some issues or whatever, and you're just frustrated. Maybe people are getting on your last nerves. Maybe things are just not happening right. Go back to that business plan. Go back to that game plan. Go back to that you know what I'm saying, that blueprint. And remind yourself of your target, of your prize, and then start heading back to that. Because if you write out a great plan, and you put all the numbers to it, like I know if I sell, even like with the station, if we get so many accounts, we're gonna make this much money. If we make this much money, then we can do this, and if we do this, we do this. If it works on paper, more than likely it's gonna work in action. You know what I'm saying? So if it says I need to sell 20 accounts, then let's sell 20 accounts, and then let's get this money, and then let's follow that plan, right? And then protect yourself from the burnout, because that's one of the reasons why I say do something that you love, not what somebody else wants you to do, because that protects you from burnout. Just because you love it, it's already a God-given thing. So at 2 years old, you still doing what you learned it to when you're 92. Why? Because God, God made you to do that,
right?
You know, and you have no problem, and you learn all the different levels of it and all the different sides of it, because nothing is just one thing, right? So you know, in video and there's video, there's editing, there's in front of the camera, there's behind the camera, there's scene work, there's so many things, and you can literally go through all of those aspects for your entire life, for 80 years of your life, and make different types of money and have different types of experiences and different types of fun. So protect yourself from burnout, from doing things that you love, so you can get all aspects of it. And then remember that it's always a balance in life, right? So you got to have your family, your friends, your finance, your good eating, your good sleep, your play, your, you know, all of those things to be a balanced you. So make sure that you're doing those things, because you could be the best ever at everything else, but if you ain't got no friends, you ain't got no loved one, If there's nobody to share with, you don't have no release of stress, then you have a heart attack. You know, you don't have any friends and loved ones, and you lonely, and don't have anybody to celebrate the fact that I made it to this next level in life. Everything is important. You know, not just being the best.
You're right. 100%.
Everything's important.
Great tips.
Yes, so you already know that we got some guests in the building, and it's exciting because it's stuff going on in San Antonio. So before we even get in, let's go ahead and hook you up with something that we will be, that's happening this Friday. Sorry, my fault.
What is happening this Friday, Nika?
Walk on the River.
That was the one.
That was the one that I couldn't remember. Walk on the river. Yes, and I really, guys, this play, or this is a movie premieres Black History of the Alamo City.
There it is.
So if you're ever wondering about what was going on in the Alamo City and what's happening and how did black folks get here, when we get here, what we do when we was here, what we've accomplished, all that good stuff, then this is definitely where you want to go and what you want to check into.
I am really looking forward to this movie. As you know, I am a huge history buff, and right now I just want to learn as much about the history of San Antonio as possible, because I'm here, right? So I've already learned a bunch of great things, but this right here is really going to fill in a lot of the blanks and the holes and stuff like that. It should be absolutely amazing.
And then, of course, going back to the one that you had earlier.
Okay.
Yes. Boom!
Just directed your pizza
to Tank's Pizza. Now, not only do you need to go and get your 10% off when you mention the one at Tank's Pizza, go for the buffet that's $9.99 or $10.99 right now during lunch, which has spaghetti and pastas and desserts and pizzas and all that good stuff.
Hold on. All right, go ahead.
All that good stuff on it, right? But we want you to put on your calendar September 6th, I believe. That's a Sunday.
Right.
I don't even know. It might be the 9th. I think September 6th is Drew Hill. But
this pizza at Drew Hill, you know.
Right. I'm trying to get it together here. But we'll be doing a live broadcast out at Tank's.
Nice.
Really excited about it. It's going to be football, beer, DJs, all of us, me, Zay, such and such, KK, big country. We all gonna be out there having a good time. So we want you to be out there. Lots of prizes and stuff to give away. So just check out all the great things that Tank's Pizza has for you.
Word.
Oh. All right, guys.
Tank's Pizza, located at 902 North New Braunfels Avenue, is the home of a modern interpretation on classic Italian dishes with the use of only the best and high-quality ingredients. You want pasta? They've got it. Calzones? They've got it. Wings? They've got it. And they even got salads for my healthy eaters with lunch specials and a lunch buffet, all for less than $10. And don't forget to wash it down with a glass of Kool-Aid. Their hours of service are Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Be sure you call my people at 210-320-9224. That's 210-320-9224. Yes, they do deliver. Just call them. Tank's Pizza. All that's missing is you.
Yeah.
All that's What's missing is me.
Just direct your pizza to the mirror so you can see what's missing, and that's you. But then go to Tank's Pizza and then enjoy.
We are literally going to steal somebody. Whose slogan is that?
That was from. Do you remember a movie called The Last Dragon?
I remember the movie, but I don't. Right.
So Bruce Leroy, his family owned a pizza shop.
And that's what
it's
he's like,
right. So there was actually Daddy something, Daddy Rich or something. So it was just direct your pizza to Daddy something's pizza, Daddy Green's pizza, Daddy Green's pizza.
Okay.
So yeah, because it was Leroy Green, right? Yeah. So just direct your pizza to Daddy Green's pizza.
All right.
But now, for the new millenniums,
it's Tank's Pizza.
It's Tank's Pizza, baby.
Okay. I just want to see. I just didn't know whose slogan we were stealing. That's who was gonna come see me. Right, infringement. That's how I was just trying to figure.
Yeah, we're certainly stealing from Paramount Pictures or Sony or one of them guys. Sorry.
Somebody who's got lots of money.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry.
The rights of those words are not owned by us.
The views expressed by the director of your feature statement, and not necessarily those of not necessarily those of anybody that's sitting here or the One Media.
Right. Sue somebody else, man.
Your discretion advised.
So, Bobby.
Yes, we got Bobby Smith, the fourth.
I got like about 20 different names.
Oh, come on, man. Pick one.
We go by Bobby Smith today.
All right, very nice.
AKA.
Oh, hold on.
B. Smitty. Yep.
AKA.
Bad Bob.
Okay.
That's when I was 5 years old.
Bruin Span.
I shouldn't have said that on the radio.
Bad Bob?
Can we edit this? It's live.
It's live.
Okay.
Somebody's going to be like, Bad Bob. I'm using that one. I'm going with that one.
It's a t-shirt now.
Bob. That is a t-shirt.
So, Bobby, we've known each other for a long time. Of course, being
I'm
in San
a big
Antonio.
fan.
And I as well. And you've been doing comedy for a while, and I feel like it's really coming together.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
I remember when you first started.
Do you really?
Yes.
How do you remember?
I
don't even remember.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't even remember when I first started, but I remember the conversations of, I'm going to get in this comedy thing, and I got to do a show, and I don't know what, and you would talk about it a little bit, and it just, it was like the beginning stages.
Right,
so it was this is what I'm going to do type thing, and one day I'm going to make this happen type thing, and then it was like, one day Bobby was performing. I was like, all right, he's doing this comedy. But you were doing, which I think you still do, the driving defense classes, right?
That's correct.
And you do those in comedy.
Yes. Nice. I try to make it funny. I've gotten more tickets than probably anybody in San Antonio, so I can relate with people, and I've been there, so people don't they don't feel like I'm like a cop or anything.
Right.
And you know the ins and outs of of dealing with a ticket. I guess.
Yeah, I'm like the Malcolm X. I've done it, so hopefully y'all don't have to go through all the stuff I've been through. You know what I mean?
007 Bond.
Police come up. He's like,
I got this. Don't even tell me.
Like, don't forget to fill out section 14.
Right.
Or else it's not going to stick, man. I'm just trying to help you, dog. Just trying to help you. I've been through this before.
Yeah.
So when did because the comedy driving things, I feel like I went to one when I was younger, right? Have they been out for a long time?
Hold on. Did you go to one or did you not go to one?
No, I feel like I did.
I'm pretty sure you have. I'm not saying anything, but everybody's got at least one.
I have tickets.
This is Texas.
Current tickets.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Might need to register for your class.
Oh my god.
On assignment?
Everybody's like, oh.
Is there anything that you can sign real quick just to help her out? Just tell her two or three things, and then just just sign.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera.
Thank you.
Come on, man. I apologize. I don't know how things work yet.
Hey, trying to get me out of business.
I'm just saying. What made you start doing that?
The defensive driving, pretty much I was doing comedy and I wanted to go more full time, and it was just a flexible job that that allowed me to work on jokes in class. And
gotcha. Oh, smart.
Yeah.
What? So you got like well,
like you got a
captive audience,
yeah.
right? But you also have like, okay, does this work on these? If this doesn't work here,
exactly.
then you can keep your act as broad as possible to
That's
make as
smart.
many people laugh as possible.
Like, you gotta listen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta listen, and if you don't laugh, thank you. I won't say that on Saturday night.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I have one question.
It's a challenge.
Because you said that you knew him prior to being a comedian, and then you just decided this is something that I want to do, and now suddenly he's a comedian, right? What are the beginning stages of something like that? Like if tomorrow Nika said, you know what, I want to start doing stand-up, what do you do? Like, who do you talk to? Where do you go? Or do you just like throw yourself into it, like open mics or whatever? And then
just go to an open mic. Just,
really?
Kind of write some stuff you want to talk about, and
okay,
if you just want to vent or something, just get on stage and
just vent.
Yeah. And
so
then
I do want to be a comedian. That's my undercover, like.
When I saw you host the Floetry show, I was highly impressed. I was like, that's like, you could be a comedian. You had the presence of a comedian.
So I did one show I was hosting. Like, I don't know where the funny jokes came. Normal times people laugh at me, but I just feel like because I'm silly, right? But they were laughing. And I was like, hold on, I feel like I'm a comedian. Let me think of another joke real quick, But it's one of those things that I know I would love to do. And when I see comedians that are great, I'm like, man, that's awesome, right? And I know that it's one of those things that the fear of it is you have to make people laugh.
Sure.
So when people don't laugh, it's like, okay, let me try this other one, right? And you don't know, like, and so again, I'm assuming the difference between being a beginner and seasoned. Mm-hmm. When you know how to read your room, you might do something that don't hit, then you have other stuff that you can go to,
right?
And try.
Yeah, you definitely got to have something in your back pocket to recover, because they can see the fear on you. They see the little bead of sweat coming out. You get ate up alive.
Have you ever had a heckler?
I've had a heckler.
How bad was that? How was that?
It almost killed my career.
What? Really?
Yeah, because you can't get mad at the heckler. You gotta
feed off of it.
Yeah, it's like talking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I took it personal. Because I was like, especially as a black dude, and like, man, he gonna try to come at me like that. So but yeah, you can't react in an angry way. You gotta.
So were you able? Because you said almost ended the career. Did you go off on him on stage, or did you just kind of leave stage like, I ain't doing this no more?
Yeah, I was mad. I kind of went off on him on stage, but the audience wasn't with me because they could tell I was really mad. He got to me. He won because he got to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if I can cuss on here, but
no.
No.
But I was cussing. I was. It kind of messed me up, but I recovered for it. It's a good learning experience.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's probably gone through that once.
Oh yeah.
In life, in your experience of going through, you're gonna have to get a heckler, and you're probably gonna have to get got by a heckler before you can come back and really know how to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Most hecklers, I feel like, people that feel like they funnier than you already, and they wanted to be a comedian, but they scared to get on stage, so they're gonna try to throw you off.
Right. I got it now. I already got my line for my first heckler.
You already thought about it?
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to be up here. Come on up here, Pooh. Get your mic.
Right.
Because you got some of the jokes right now, and they ain't nobody hear you. Come on up here and get on this mic real quick. Or shut the.
You know what? I'm that guy who would like be in the shower 2 days later, like, I should have said.
Oh man.
Man, I know you got those.
Because you do.
Yeah, I know you got those.
I was mad. I'm like that. Yeah.
Man, this would have been perfect.
But the good thing is that having that heckler would then fuel that part of your brain, right? So then you're like, okay, so now that I'm coming up with these comebacks, then I can use them next time. And you're almost like, oh, I wish you would. I wish you would try to heckle me right now.
I'm ready for that.
I ain't been heckled in 17 years.
I saw a video of a comedian. He's out of actually Oklahoma, but hilarious. Some dude was heckling him, right? He told the heckler off or whatever. The heckler ended up passing out.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I saw that too.
Yeah, he was like, well, he's all right. Like, it literally went from bad to oh no.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Next time, can't come at me like that. Because if we in a battle of wits, you gonna pass out.
You gonna pass out. Don't let me do what the other guy did, right? I was like, oh Lord. But that's cool stuff, man. So when you think of jokes, because a lot of times when I think of things that I feel are funny, when I'm like, if I did a comedy show, I would talk about this, right?
Yeah.
It's at the most weirdest times. Like, it's not You know.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's in conversation. For me, it's when like I just wake up in the middle of the night, like, dang, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have like a bunch of funny dreams or
what's going on.
Yeah. Just the drugs. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just
it could be. No, look, I was thinking about the other day we were eating cereal, and I had this whole thing in my head that was funny to me, but like it just formulated because I was like, ooh, cereal, man. I didn't even used to eat.
Cereal's just funny, but
it's just kind of funny. And then you got all this the flavored cereals and the this fruity this and this that turns all your milk all kind of different colors. I don't want none of that, right? So I was a Frosted Flakes girl. That's all. But I don't like my cereal to be soggy either.
Right.
So I'm like an Olympic eater when I get my frog. I got to give that 2.2 seconds. Done with it, right? And then like the other thing was, I was like, well, the only other cereal that I would have was Rice Krispie treats. And I felt like my Rice Krispie treats also helped me with the crunchiness because when they're soggy, they stop talking to you. So now they like, when they start going, oh, they soggy now, man. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you still alive? Oh no, it's gone.
That is funny.
Nika only wants to eat live cereal.
Right.
She ain't trying to eat dead cereal.
No mutants.
Nika's like, what?
But in that instance, like literally, I thought about all of that in my head. It never came out, right?
You know,
but
10 comedians probably just stole those jokes.
Yeah, there you go. Shouldn't have.
I'm on the right track. But okay, I'm gonna just start. So should I just start writing stuff?
Yeah, just write those like that. Write the ideas down. And so for me, I never like write a full joke really. I'll write like, you know, the ideas you have, and then you get on stage and you kind of create it while you're on stage. When people laugh, it's like magic almost.
It does. It just kind of comes out, right? And that's where that talent comes in, because there is a talent.
For
you know,
sure.
not everybody can be a comedian.
Yes.
And it's like being a host or anything else. Like you have to have a certain presence in the way you deliver stuff, because that's the delivery is probably half the the situation.
Yeah, delivery, the timing, and facial expression.
Yeah.
One of the things that I completely admire about comedians is, okay, you can't sit and talk with somebody for an hour and then just listen to them for an hour, right? You have to engage, you have to. But a comedian can talk to you for an hour about a bunch of different things and just kind of either segue or not, and you're just sitting there like listening without the need to feel like you know, without the feeling like you need to engage.
Right. It's literally watching a movie live.
Right. And I am in awe of people that can do that.
Imagine how hard that is in 2018 though, like people's attention spans. Social media, and like it's even harder, especially like a younger audience is tougher.
Okay.
Because they don't want to watch you for an hour, I don't think. Like,
well, no, but you're right about that, because literally that's what I even say about even shows and stuff. The statistics is you got like literally 0.8 seconds to keep somebody's attention, and then they lose it in like 4 seconds, right? So like, so I said every other, just scream and show it.
Bobby's amazing.
Because they lose it so quick.
Right.
And so you do have to have, like, you have to, you know, be on your toes with things, or come out with a really funny one. I know that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it start off and you're not so funny, but then you end up like killing it, is it because the comedians switched up their stuff like halfway through? Found the crowd.
Probably, you gotta adapt to the audience. Like, oh, you know, they want more of this, so let me go into these kind of, you know, more sillier jokes.
Yeah. So that was my other thing that I thought about. You know, I wanted to be like, because, you know, sometimes Jeff Elliott, he had a routine where he had the checklist.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he'd be like, okay, keep that one. Okay, I liked it. And I liked that. I thought that was cute. But I was thinking, you know, I had to go in and ask where my smokers were, just so I could get an idea. Oh, nobody's gonna admit it? Oh. The cops are here? Oh. Did I just arrest myself? Oh.
You talking about those kind of smokers?
Those kind of smokers. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be legal soon anyway.
I'm just saying, just to see where my audience is at, what kind of jokes I can. But you know, little certain things, so you know, am I in my church crowd? Do I have? You know, what am I going with?
Have you ever had? And I would love it if you would admit it.
Okay.
and then tell us what it was, right? So have you ever had a joke that you were developing on stage, like you were thinking, okay, I got this idea, I'm going to develop this thing, and then it just didn't work, it bombed? Or maybe what was the worst one that you were like, wow, I really thought this was going to be a thing, and it went walk up.
All the time. That's a common thing.
Is it? All right, so what was the last one that you thought, man, this is going to knock it out of the park, and then...
You gonna put me on the spot like that?
Yeah.
What joke will you never tell again?
Yeah, what joke will you never, ever tell again?
Never tell again. Man, I gotta think about it now.
He's like, I already told myself never to tell it.
Right.
That's out
I've
my
already
head.
trained. I know mine. 2 Jews walk into a bar. No, let me stop.
Never tell that joke.
Never tell that joke. Never
Clifton
joke.
says that you were you are his mentor and the person that introduced him to comedy.
Yeah, Clifton's a liar. By the way.
Is that true?
Nah. Yeah, he kind of inspired me to keep going, but yeah, he saw my very, very, very first like attempt at comedy. And I didn't think I did good. He thought I did great, but he was like 12 years old at the time. So
Wow.
yeah, he thought I was somebody bigger than what I was.
So you big deal. Have you been doing a comedy longer than I've known you?
Yeah, it's like my 15th year.
Wow.
Yeah, anniversary.
Nice.
I love it.
10 years of being
That's
broke.
what he said. You do. I don't even remember. Right.
Yeah. I remember. I thought I first met you at the it was Lock and Terror Resort. I think y'all were set up. Y'all were promoting. I don't know if you remember that.
Look at Lock.
It's like West. It was West End of Lock and Terror.
But see, okay, now I remember that, but I thought I had met you before then. And maybe probably we had met. We probably
Does
just
not
saw each
remember.
other.
Yeah.
Mika says she remembers. Mika does not remember.
Remember Lock and Terror.
And now we'll continue with our interview.
We may have met
We've
before.
met,
I'm sure
you know
we
what I'm
have.
saying? Because it's San Antonio. We all go
yeah.
to the same places and hang out and do
Exactly.
things. I mean, we all was at the Avalon.
Yeah.
Nobody, not at North Pole.
I know you may have knew my wife before me, but
Your wife? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, are y'all married already?
was I not supposed to say that?
Did I miss the wedding?
It was a secret wedding. No, we didn't do it. We didn't do a wedding. We did a.
What do you mean? Really, what had happened was that they didn't invite me, right? So I wasn't on the guest list.
No, we didn't do a wedding. We did a courthouse. That's a
Did
joke
you?
that I tried to do that I wouldn't do anymore. But I regret doing the marriage at the courthouse because
really?
Yeah, because it was like a little bitty room, and you know the judge was like half dressed, and
Oh, man.
I was like, yeah, this is everything I dreamed of right here.
The judge coming in putting on a shirt.
Pulled out the credit card machine.
Yeah, you do. All right, we all do.
Exactly.
Please swipe and sign right here.
Well, I was very excited when y'all did start dating. I have known your wife for a while, and her mom, actually.
Oh, you know her mom?
wife,
Oh,
like,
she could
I
be a
actually
comedian.
knew her mom before. Well, I knew them both separately.
Oh, okay.
And then one day they was like, you know, that's my mama. And I was like, oh, no wonder I like you both. Kind of,
Who's your
kind of
wife?
situation.
I mean, excuse my ignorance.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she's gonna love this attention, but this is Jessica Michon.
Yeah,
She's done like
she's
some
a
plays.
beautiful
and-
model.
Oh,
She's a
wonderful.
Yeah, she can act. She can do whatever she needs to do.
You did it, boy.
Oh, you met her before?
No,
Oh, okay.
but you know,
I said she's a model.
I
Oh,
trust I trust the thing.
I appreciate it.
What if she bottled elephant pants
right?
at the zoo? Like, you did it, boy.
You got jokes.
You said she's an actress and model and a wonderful person. So wonderful person.
Yeah,
You did it, boy.
yeah, she is. She's a great spirit, beautiful girl. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. On the flip side, she loves the heck out of you. Like when she met you, she was like the whole stuff changed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She was always smiling. She was always excited. She was always happy. She was whatever when she met that one. So
I love it.
That's what's up. That's
Good job.
Denzel, you know. What can I
Oh my gosh! Can I just?
do you keep her laughing at home?
say? She probably keeps me laughing more. She's we're kind of like opposite, to be honest with you. You know, I'm a little more dry.
Yeah.
And then she's, I don't know. I wasn't gonna say wet. This is a morning show. She's see, all right.
Left her wet.
You know what I mean?
Like all the elephant pants?
What just happened here?
Pretty much. She's like, I don't know what just happened, but yes, I get you.
You get what I'm
I
saying.
get you.
Okay.
Y'all make each other laugh.
Yeah, it
Who
just
cooks?
works. Was it? I've been cooking. I've been getting into this healthy eating thing. So,
oh no, Lord!
Man.
What's healthy eating, man? What's healthy
you know,
eating?
more smoothies. You know, green smoothies
That's
and
good. Did you buy a blender? Were you like?
Got a blender. I'm going in. I'm nice with it.
Nice.
I got to get better. But yeah,
I'm trying to lose weight too, more weight as well.
Yeah, the smoothies and the stuff is supposedly great. Low fat cakes.
I got to work on low fat cakes now.
Y'all have
it's step sneaker. I take baby steps.
They are doing a comedy show in September, right? And the headliner is Bernita, and Bernita did a little short skit at the main course, and that woman. I'm still laughing at this biscuit.
Bernita's incredible.
She's really funny, right. And I mean, and I guess you know the demeanor and everything that she has is just really really funny. But you know, we were talking about food and stuff and the bacon jelly, and that was the other thing because I was like everything that I would have picked to talk about, like she talked about, and I was like, oh yes, like
you said bacon jelly.
It was bacon. What is bacon jelly? Honey jelly with bacon in it that you put on bread. It was the most delicious thing that life could afford you.
That's a real thing?
It was a real thing. And so we were talking about, and I was actually talking about out front how I made so many slices. I was like, so how many do we get? Because I'm on my 6th slice, right? Wow. And she was talking about how she almost took it all too because wasn't nobody gonna get it. And how much she loved food and how to celebrate it. She's like, for real, I love food, y'all. Like, I watch the biscuits cook in the oven because, I mean, they grow up so fast.
We got to get you on stage. Another one of these shows.
Absolutely. I was like, oh, I love you, Bernita. So I'm really looking forward to this show. And half of it might be just for me to get me some comedy tips. Because one day I'm going to get up there and do a comedy routine. And then if I bomb, I'm going to be like, and now I'm hosting the show, presenting.
You already got to back up.
Right. Y'all didn't pay to see me. So I'm definitely going to be there because San Antonio's greats will be at the show. People who have proven to be hardworking comedians, funny comedians, and have, you know, really concentrating on their craft to be even better.
Yeah.
So
and it's mostly females. I don't know if you noticed that. But
It's
a women comedian are coming up in San Antonio.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
I did notice that, and actually I was wondering that too because. What's up with? Actually, they're all women. But
well,
I'm even dressing in drag. That's
you gonna put it on?
My new character. Yeah, you know.
Babita coming.
Bobby with an eye.
It's funny you say Babita. I did a sketch a long time ago called "How Babita Got Her Groove Back." That's funny.
Boom.
I shouldn't have said that on the radio either.
You should have said. We're on 3 now.
Oh man, this is the end.
So you see the dryness of it though? I mean, that's what's getting to me, right? So it's just I did a thing. Babita got her groove back. We're laughing, and he's like, "Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. That's funny. That's what I need to learn how to do.
Not laugh at your own stuff.
At my own self.
No, that's funny because it's like, contagious. You're fine. Like you're fine.
Somebody got to laugh at me if y'all won't.
Right. Cedric laugh at his own jokes all the time.
Cedric the Entertainer does.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he do. And he be laughing before he can get the joke out.
Right. He hit you with the.
Yeah.
You know, the lip quiver.
It's going to be funny, man. You get ready for it. Man, that's good. Favorite comedian of all times?
Oh, man. We have this debate all the time.
You got
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy's.
Then Dave Chappelle is creeping up.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
I love Chappelle. But Eddie Murphy, just because his overall, you know, movies and, you know, everything he's done. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Right. That Saturday Night Live, man, that Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, that was funny.
You can still watch it now. Like,
yeah.
It's timeless.
Timeless. I'm thinking about it now. I did it one time on the show, remember?
You did when we were talking about Mr. Rogers.
Who was yours?
For comedian-wise, like, back in the day, I used to love Eddie Griffin. I don't know why, but he used to like just crack me up with the stuff that he used to do. I love Bernie Mac.
Bernie?
I love Bernie Mac, and I think I like it because of his I ain't scared of you, mother. You know what I'm saying? He's just very original and very like You know, and when he first came out, he was very high top with the jeans and everything. So he was very original with that, I thought. And then I really like Tiffany Haddish now.
Oh, you like Tiffany Haddish?
I do.
Have you seen her stand-up, though?
I haven't seen her stand-up. That's one of the things I was going to say, but I haven't seen her stand-up. So I don't know if she's funny just on stage.
She's a funny just character.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't say her stand-up's the greatest. That's just my opinion. Comedy's subjective, so
it is.
Sure.
So one of the things that I've noticed too, I don't necessarily like Kevin Hart, right? I think Kevin Hart is.
Don't do it.
Well, wait. I don't know. Like, I don't think he's funny.
Wait. The lights didn't go off. Okay, we're still on the air.
Right? I think he's animated.
Right.
So you tell me a story with all of that, I'm gonna laugh because it's funny,
right,
in a miss. But I like those comedians that literally are telling me something, or we're just talking and all of a sudden it's like boom, they hit you and you're like, oh,
okay, I get what you're saying.
Where'd that come from? Right? They're like leading me up to the joke and the comedy and everything. And I don't know.
Kevin Hart's is a little more forced. Like he's forcing you to laugh at me. Look at me, laugh at me.
I'm going. Look how funny I am. Yeah. That kind of thing to me. And to me, like I said, his animation and all that kind of stuff is humorous.
Yeah.
But it's not like you just sat there and you was talking to me and then you made me laugh with your words.
So Cat Williams does the opposite.
Cat Williams is funny to me.
Yeah, Cat Williams is hilarious.
He's hilarious to me. And to me, Cat Williams makes me laugh.
Nah.
Because he makes me laugh because he's telling me a story. Like it's more of a storytelling thing. So, and we're talking current events. So, you know, like the stuff, even his comedy routines after, I don't even know if it was post crack. I don't even know. But when he was
allegedly.
But he was talking about when he got arrested and all that stuff. And he was like, man, Trump, he done told me stuff to make me just put the blunt down. Like, how can you? Nobody talks about something that makes you put the blunt down. But Trump got me putting the blunt down. You know, stuff like that. And then he'll say whatever. And then he'll be like, you know, that crap is hilarious to me because I can see it. Like, I can see it happening. I can see multiple black men smoking a blunt and saying,
Cat Williams is great.
What is this doing to me?
What is this doing to me? Did he just say, grab him by the pussy?
Cat Williams is
great. Or did I just smoke too much of this good weed, right? Like, it must have been the weed. It couldn't have been the president that just said that. It couldn't have been. So it was, you know, that kind of thing. So to me, that stuff is funny.
Cat Williams is like a kind of like Chris Brown to me. I feel like if Chris Brown never got into all that trouble, he would probably be like the top artist.
Yes.
Like if Cat Williams never got into all that trouble, he'd probably still be the top comedian.
Yes. Well, so this is where I see like Tiffany and Kevin, since they actually have a movie coming out together. I see that as the same thing. It's like I'm gonna call it the token, you know, the one that everybody supports, the white folks, the white films, the black, the dude, like everybody, right?
You're gonna call it that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them that.
Okay.
Because when you have 7 movies at the same time,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and you got another guy like Cat Williams who is way funnier, but he got in whatever trouble that he got in, so he's not, you know, don't get me started on that side, but I feel like they take some artists and they say, okay, we're going to make you, you know, and...
Do you feel like Tiffany Haddish is kind of overdoing it, though, as far as, like, okay, she has her character, but she's kind of, like, overdoing that, you know, that crazy black woman role, you know?
Sometimes.
Okay.
So there's one movie, because literally she's in 3 movies right now.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I'm telling you. She got 3 movies coming out, and 4 movies, because she was in a movie, and then the 3 previews before that movie, all 3 with her. And one of them, she was with Kevin. So I feel like they're doing her like they did Kevin Hart and putting her in everything. Like, you're the perfect ghetto friend role.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And so they're using that, and she just boom, boom, boom. And as long as you play that role, you'll be in 22 movies in the next year. Now, if you want to come and play something serious and be intelligent and all that, you're probably not going to get it.
Right.
That's how I feel she's
I agree.
in. Yeah.
Well, I think we also need to keep it in perspective, though. She's only been in 1 movie so far, right? We've only seen her in 1.
Has she been in 1
commercial.
Movie?
Yeah, it's only been 1 movie, and then commercial, and then SNL, and then, you know, a lot of appearances. So she's everywhere. But we haven't seen what these other roles. I mean, we've seen previews, but we haven't seen. I mean, in one of them, she's the principal, right?
She's not a principal. She's a substitute teacher.
Or the teacher, and he's the principal.
No, Kevin is
a student coming back.
His GED,
Yeah.
and she is a substitute teacher that's trying to pay off her debt. So at the beginning, she says, "And I'm here because I'm trying to pay off this debt, so y'all finna get y'all's GED."
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Sounds about right.
So then, the other two, what are they?
And then the other one, she just got out of jail, and she's going to stay with her sister, and she's got to get a job. And they say, she says, "What do I put down here for sex?" The guy says, "What do you want to put?" She says, "Plenty."
Okay.
That
I
right?
haven't seen that
so
one.
yeah, and
Okay,
so
I haven't
that
seen that
one,
one
that
either.
one, that one. They're trying to find the dude who catfished her sister,
Oh, okay.
right? And so another one of her lines is, "Oh yeah, make sure you pee first, because we got to get sure we get rid of all the DNA, because before you kill him, you spit out a little pee." That's a fact, right? This is hilarious.
She's funny.
But that's
But
what I'm
I see
saying.
where your point- I see your point.
Those are her
Right,
roles.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She is the ghetto girl.
Man, so is it true that only one black person can have that slot at a time? I mean,
It seems like they do. They don't. You don't see.
because Monique is out of there.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Monique, man, she had so much controversy, but she finally got her stuff on Netflix.
Right.
Oh,
She got
I
a
thought that was a
contract.
rumor. Oh, she did?
I thought she did.
Oh.
No,
No, she came in and addressed that it wasn't true.
It wasn't true.
Yeah, she came out on.
Oh, well, sorry, girl.
That what wasn't true.
That she didn't get. I thought she had
They
got a
said she
contract
had
on Netflix.
signed a contract with Netflix and finally got her money.
Oh,
but
then. Oh, yeah.
But
No,
then-
I
They
don't.
said
I don't
doesn't-
think that happened. I don't think that happened. But I mean, she kind of insulted or talked about the wrong people
At the wrong time.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, that was
people
her
that
fault.
put her on.
Yeah.
Right before the Oscars, and then suddenly, and then you win, and then you think you can. It's like,
Sometimes you
wait,
gotta just be quiet, baby. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet. Wait
I mean,
wait
to an
your
extent,
time.
but just don't diss Daniels and Winfrey,
and Tyler Perry.
right? And Perry, right? Like the trifecta of, you know,
And
black
Madea.
entertainment
And
in this
of movie
in this country.
making.
Yeah, of movie making in this country.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's nuts. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Leave 'Em Laughing.
Yes.
What can we expect at this show?
Man, I can see it's probably gonna be one of the funniest shows of the year. Mainly because Bonita Ward, I'm just gonna put this out there. She's probably the funniest comedian in San Antonio right now.
Okay.
She's been killing it. She's doing a lot behind the scenes people don't even know about. So Bonita, and then Delicia is hilarious.
Love Delicia.
Okay, you
Delicia.
cannot like Delicia, and I'm just a bonus. I mean, I'm just a little sprinkle on there. But you gonna enjoy that.
Little chocolate sprinkle on top. That's what that is.
And then Glow, if you ever been to one of Glow's shows that she hosts, nobody hosts better than Glow.
I mean, other than me.
I didn't.
I mean, we do the same.
Yeah.
We're both as good as each other.
Both of y'all are top notch.
There you go.
Grade A. But yeah, I mean, expect to laugh from the beginning to the end. You're gonna have a great time. I wish I had some free tickets to give somebody, but I don't.
That's all right. We'll hook that up later.
I'm fresh out. Sorry.
I think I got some nowhere.
Nowhere.
Well, like I tell you what, we do have tickets here at the hub. They are pre-sale tickets are 10. How much?
Pre-sale tickets are $15 general admission,
Thank you.
$30
I was like-
for the special seating.
Oh yeah, the VIP.
The
The VIP. But those are almost gone. So you need to make sure that you get your tickets quickly. And where can we get the tickets? Where can we pick
right
them up?
here. You can pick them up at the hub. I've got tickets right here.
Yes.
So bring your $15 and I will get you hooked up. Or
your
you can go to the
30.
door. Yeah.
Or your $30.
Or your 30. Yeah.
What does that VIP include? I mean, that's
VIP tickets include a seat closer to the stage,
And
perhaps.
high fives by us.
okay. High five.
Pow, 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 pow.
No,
And
no,
you
no,
might get picked on by the comedian if they see you dressing on.
Don't tell people that.
I mean, you might not get picked on. What did I
How do
say?
you feel about the comedians that just pick on the folks? Like, who does that? Who does that? Who does that? Mike Epps. I
Mike
feel like
Epps.
Mike, that's all his routine is. Hi, my name is Mike Epps. You look a fool. You look a fool. You wearing blue. You wearing red. You wearing white. All right. Have a nice night. Like,
Didn't even D.L. Hughley have like an entire section that was just dedicated to picking on people in the audience?
and
like,
but see, D.L.
during his set?
Hughley would wait till the end of the set.
Right.
Oh, you feel like Mike Epps just come out
Like he just
that's
come
kind
out.
of like a bully to me. Like
I feel like he
bullying the
is.
crowd.
I be like, man, you smoke too much. You forgot your.
Stop ugly shaming me, Mike
I
Epps.
agree with you.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like,
Are you saying you don't like Mike Epps?
I like Mike Epps as a actor.
Man, Why people say that?
Because
Mike Epps is hilarious. You like Mike Epps, right?
I like Mike Epps.
So last time he came to San Antonio, that I was
Mike Epps
there,
is acquired
because he comes to
because
San
I didn't
Antonio
like
a lot.
him right away.
Yeah,
I didn't like him right away.
He comes to San Antonio a lot, and when he came the last time I saw him, like literally, he did a few jokes. Nobody laughed, and he was like, "Oh, so you just want me to sit up here and do my movie lines?"
Oh, yeah.
So
He got
that's
mad.
what he did. He was like, "The wine around your mouth," you know what I'm saying? And he did every funny movie line that we've always laughed at.
Wow.
Exactly. And every one that we all have laughed at, and then it was like that he started talking about folks, and he literally went down the entire front row. He got to me. I looked at him.
Uh-oh.
And then he went to the next row. I was like,
Well,
yeah.
They already knew. Yeah, we can usually sense that. Like,
Because you want to hit it. Don't talk about me too bad, because you might get to hit it.
I thought this was a clean morning show.
I thought
You
so
told
too.
me.
I've been here now almost 3 months, and I don't. This is different.
You know, people ain't trying to mess up their chance of hitting it. So, you know.
Terrible.
Terrible.
This is terrible. So to leave them laughing,
Leave 'em laughing.
comedy jam.
Y'all make sure that you get your tickets. They're here. We will actually interview everybody on that flyer. We just started off with Mr. Bobby, and of course we're going to go support Bobby. And if you need to get your driving ticket record stuff cleaned, give him the information for that.
Appreciate the plug. Appreciate that.
Well, tell him
Give me the information. How do we?
Oh, my phone.
My man, she just asked you
early.
in your face. Would you please? No, continue.
Yeah, you can just go to my Facebook. You can hit me up, Bobby Smith. I have a comedian comedy defensive driving page as well. You can find on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Or just call me. Should I put my phone number up there?
Yeah, put it out there. Don't you
If
be
you want to.
calling
Late nights.
Right, or inappropriately. He is
Right.
married and they've got children.
Right.
Don't make me whip
Right.
him.
But if you're talking money,
And then I'll be
Call
jealous.
anytime.
it's all right.
Especially if it's got commas and lots of zeros. Call anytime.
For real. My number is 210-562-0235.
Right.
And,
And definitely hit us up too if you're like, Nick, I didn't get that number, but I know you know someone that does the driver's stuff. Then
Yep.
just hit me up and I'll direct you to Mr. Bobby right here.
And please don't call. He cannot help you with your warrants.
Oh, man, I'm glad you said that. I'm
he
so
cannot
glad you
help
said
you-
that.
Right, he cannot help you with legal situations or you need legal advice.
Well,
This is
I
not.
can give
this
some
is not
advice,
that.
but, you know.
He
I'm gonna keep
He
it
is
real.
not licensed to
lawyer.
give out
Yeah,
legal
that's
advice. He is not going to arbitrate your case between your neighbor's dog and the.
Look, jail ain't
Call
that
this
bad.
gentleman.
You might have to sit a couple days, you know.
It ain't that bad for you.
Right.
It's really bad for us. But you might be able to make it. I love it, guys. I
This
love it.
is
Thank you so
terrible.
much, Bobby, for coming in.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Coming up next, just for a few seconds, you know I got to remind you of the best home security and entertainment around. You need to get your home all hooked up with entertainment. BSG is where you go. If you need to secure your home because your home is important, your family is important, all those things are important, BSG is who you need to call. Here is some info on them now.
Let's face it, it's hot and weather conditions are not going to get any better. Bills have basically doubled. But what if I told you I have a way to save energy and money while protecting your family? This is your girl, Miss Nika, and your solution is Builders Systems Group, or BSG. Take the guessing out of saving energy and let your home act for you. Now picture a thermostat that is so smart that based on your location, activity, and even weather conditions, it can dial down to an energy-saving temperature when you leave and begin to readjust to the perfect temperature while you're on your way home. And guess what? I can get you that system for free. And that's not all. How about alarm monitoring as low as $14.95 and affordable monthly packages to turn any home into a smart home, keeping you, your kids, and your family safe, monitored and controlled right from your cell phone or your smartwatch. So how do you get this free smart energy-saving thermostat? Well, first, you gotta call 210-877-1222 and tell them Miss Nika sent you. BSG, making home automation simple. Beauty Connections, specializing in healthy hair, whether it's natural, relaxed, or you have extensions. Nikki Murrell is a hair expert and does all types of hair for men, women, and children. Located at 4407 Walsall Road, San Antonio, Texas. Call 210-590-1888 to make an appointment today.
Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. And we're back. And we're back. Don't forget.
I thought we were talking about another thing.
Well, actually, instead of that one, I would like for you to
stand by.
Hook me up with, because I want to show my babies my purse.
Oh.
Jesus spelled backwards.
I got it. Look at this, guys. Sousage. Sousage Designs.
Sousage Designs. All right. So you've seen my purse. This is the one I got at the NAACP.
Right.
And I was so, I just love it. And this is where I keep my little morning show notes and my invoices for you and and all those good things. It's like my portfolio.
That's the briefcase.
And it's my briefcase. Yes, I love it. And of course, it has a little thing here. Great, right? Love it.
Yeah.
And then I think that I showed you guys that I got me a phone cover, because this girl does all kinds of great things.
Right,
So I got me a phone cover, and in support, of course. And then we did a little advertisement package.
Okay.
And so she was like, well, I'm going to send you something, because at the time we were at the NAACP, so I picked up what was already done. So this was already done, and my phone thing was already done.
Yep.
And she's like, but these are custom made type situations.
Okay.
So what I do is I put the tone of your skin and whatever hairstyle you have. So she had some with braids and twists and little cute froze and all that kind of good stuff, right? You ready?
I'm ready. Look at that.
Look at me.
Hold on. Let's switch cameras. Let's put it here. Look at that, guys.
Look at me.
Beautiful.
Now, if you can show them, put it up a little bit closer, because that is 3D work right there, okay? So my hair is actually, you can see it. It pops off the garment, the material. And then the necklace, lift the necklace up, sweetie. That's actually a necklace on there. And then the earring is actually an earring on there. Yeah. So you can see my stripes in my head, which I don't even have in my own hair right now because I need to get a haircut. And then my beautiful bob on the side.
So cool.
Isn't that beautiful? So it's my
cool.
Nika bag.
There's the Nika
Nobody
bag.
can come and be like, that's my bag. No.
That ain't your bag. That is not your bag. My face is on that bag.
So this is the
That's so cool.
Isn't it beautiful? And so
Very
this right
nice.
here is the phone case.
And that's the phone case right there. You want to show the phone case?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show the phone case.
You show the phone case, and that's the
Boom.
phone case. That's one of them. Now she has all different types of phone cases as well, but that's the one that I got when we were down here. Now obviously that's the one that was already done, but this one was the one that I got
That's the piece
made
de
for
resistance.
me.
I love it.
And I absolutely love it. So show them the website for me, honey, so they
Yes,
can get
you got it.
the information. I will tell you, these bags are not cheap. When I say, I'm going to pay $50 and get me one of these phone covers, is what you're going to do.
You're going to pay $50 and put a down payment.
Right.
Because they're handmade. I mean, they're handcrafted, and this could essentially take this young lady days to make one of these, especially for you.
Yes.
So
because it's different things. So I've got to paint, then I've got to wait for it dry, then I got to come back and layer it with the next thing, and then wait.
Right.
So yes, and then the stuff that she's putting it on is not cheap.
Right.
So this isn't gonna just break.
Right.
Anytime soon. This is a quality bag.
That's right.
On top of your hand done stuff. So just give her a call, see what fits your budget, save that money and invest in something. She can do anything. So whatever type of bag, wallet, who would have said something that I got to beat him up?
No, nobody. Bobby Smith is writing, I'm outside. That's beautiful, but I'm stuck. Good. It's so hot and humid. I'm stuck in Hackberry. Is he really outside and locked himself out? He wants to come back in? Should I go check?
I think
while
you
you
need to go
continue to
check.
talk. You continue to talk about.
Oh my gosh,
Suzanne.
Bobby, what's wrong? What's wrong, Bobby? Is you stuck outside, man?
As the security said, you done, homie.
Right. You gotta go. So yes, so this is the Nika bag. I love it. I love her. And I've got me a little collection. So call my girl and tell her that Miss Nika sent you. And you saw it on the Radio, and that you want to make one for yourself. And she'll actually ask you to send a pic of yourself because she took a picture of me. So she'll ask you to send a selfie or whatever so she can see your hair and your skin complexion. And then she's gonna hook it up. Pick your bag, style, tote bag, laundry bag, luggage.
Laundry bag.
Yeah, she had a laundry bag thing in there. It was so hot. It was so hot.
I don't want to put my underwear in my face.
I want everything in my face.
Okay.
I want my face on everything.
So Bobby was locked out. He forgot his keys and his bag and everything inside, and opened the door, and he's like listening to the show, like, please, somebody. He's like huddled with his phone, and I open the door and look, and he's like, I'm so sorry.
I really wasn't locked out.
Poor Bobby. That's all right. That's all right. So anyway, Suzanne Designs. If you want yours, go to Suzanne Designs.
Yes. Tell her Miss Nika sent you.
.com. I love it.
Oh, he did. He hooked me up. I just locked myself out.
Oh, well, yeah. It's taken care of. Wow. Okay. Anyway.
I'm just going to put sorry I missed this.
Why?
Sorry I didn't see it.
Why?
Because I don't know how long ago he sent it to me. Sorry I locked myself out.
And sorry
I went
it took us so long to come outside and get you.
Right.
We were not expecting that.
All right, what's going on and what's trending in the world
you
right now?
talk about this real quick or no?
No.
Okay, we'll continue on.
We'll come back. What's going on? He was so ready and ready to go. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man. Take care.
Okay. What is happening? So,
what is trending in the land? Well, let me tell you the first thing.
Let me see. There's so many things. Just a quick update on Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
She is actually home right now, surrounded by loved ones, and she's resting comfortably. She's still hopeful, but apparently she is in basically a hospice situation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So even though she's resting at home with her family, everyone still says that they're hopeful.
Yeah.
But that's the current situation with Aretha Franklin. She's still with us, and let me X this out so that you guys can see.
So I will say that what is that video? Is it of her singing or no? Probably them talking about the story.
It's more than likely them talking about. Hey, we don't need that. Okay. So anyway, Aretha Franklin is home. She's alert. She's resting with her family, and please continue to send her your prayers her way.
Yeah.
She's accepting all prayers from any.
Well, and it's
in all places.
It's hard to say it because it's a hospice situation. So you have to be honest with self and things that's going around. There's nothing else that we can do for you. So if you stay alive or however long, it's literally God, because the doctors can't do no more.
Right.
Well, so, and we all know God does miracles. So
absolutely,
it is what it is. But
absolutely.
When they always say send them flowers while they're alive. I'm not saying to start sending flowers, but I'm saying tell them you love them, man. Love your music, love this. Right. I mean, even if you put a message on maybe some of those things, maybe they're reading those to her and saying, man, here's some of the things that your fans said, you know, rather than the whole, feeling like she's already gone and she's gone, because that happens too. People jump the gun on it.
Right.
But tell her how awesome she is on one of these news feeds or story feeds or on her Facebook page or something like that. So she knows.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so she knows.
She
made a massive impact on the world, and there's a lot of love out there because of her and her actions and her efforts. So it's great to know that, It's great to know at any point, let alone when it's when it's a situation like this. Yeah.
Right.
So,
and she is definitely trending right now. Definitely, celebrities are talking about her, and everybody else. Right. So she's definitely one of the videos that was trending, and I didn't want to ask if you've seen it. Was the lady who was eating her ice cream cone. She was eating her ice cream cone, and her and her hubby were sitting in the park. It was a very,
was it an intimate looking?
No, it was like me and my hubby and my doggy, and we're in the park and we're eating ice cream.
Okay.
Oh my! He's like, "Where's his clothes?"
The issue,
the blacks and browns are similar.
I think part of it is whether or not you're a dog lover, right? Dog lover, not really when it comes to
really
what race you are.
No, it really doesn't.
Because I've heard dog lovers truly tell me, like, oh no, Zay, a dog's mouth scientifically is cleaner than a human mouth. Right.
But they eat crap.
His mouth, his face was just in his butt licking. Yes, Zay, but the enzymes in a dog's saliva breaks down the dirt and the bacteria so much quicker than humans does. It's a lot stronger.
That black people dog lovers, they ain't all in the face. Because I would say that too. It's a difference between a dog lover and people who don't love dogs. I'm a dog lover, but I don't want. But like my dog can sleep in my bed. My little dog used to sleep in my lap when I took a crap. Oh, should I not say that? He used to sit right on my lap while I took a crap. So I consider myself very much of a dog lover. But they can't be all up in my face. Like, I'm not finna put my open mouth in your open mouth when I've seen that. And we're not sharing ice cream cones. For sure not. Like, no. I don't know. But it was trending.
Yeah. I just don't see the. I wouldn't be able to.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be able to do
First
it.
of all,
not just because I'm allergic to dogs and cats and horses and animals in general.
Not just that,
but
you're also a very not stick your face in other people's faces kind of guy.
No, and no matter how much, I mean, I love babies, right? So I love a baby to come kiss me, and I love, but it's a baby, right?
Yeah.
It's a baby human, right? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not the type of person that would let a dog give me kisses and stuff like that. It's like, you're licking my face right now, right? So I got to go to the bathroom.
I don't even like baby saliva though.
I mean, baby saliva. I think it really depends, right? So not all babies will slobber all over you, right? You can.
Or there's certain times when they slobber, right? After they eat or whatever.
And then you just kind of got to be like, oh, okay, thank you, and then go to the bathroom and wash that off. But yeah, a dog eating, sharing my food with a dog, like you licked and then I licked. I don't know that I want to do that.
Not many people.
But
This is where he doesn't try not to offend anybody.
To each their own. If that lady wants to lick a thing and let the dog lick a thing and then relick that thing,
go for it.
Go for it. That's kind of your thing. Then you should do it. I think you should do it. Do you know a singer named Sam Smith? No. Okay. Sam Smith is a British artist who is a massive top 40 artist, right? I'm sure you've heard bunch of his songs. You just don't know who Sam Smith is, right?
He looks like Justin Bieber.
He used to be, he's lost a lot of weight since he became famous. He used to be a bit bigger. So,
or Justin Timberlake type of guy.
No, he's definitely not that. And most of his songs are ballads.
No. I'm just saying what he's looking like from over here.
Oh.
What he's looking like.
Well, this is what we're looking at, guys.
Why is Michael Jackson next to him? What's going on?
Well, the reason behind the Michael Jackson being next to him is... Sorry about that. The impressions done here at the One Media do not necessarily reflect those opinions of... Okay, so... apparently, Sam Smith says that he said to, how do I explain this? Okay, so there was a party. Adam Lambert from American Idol fame was at this party, right? and he posted a video of himself and Sam Smith relaxing on a boat, where Smith was heard saying, "I don't like Michael Jackson, but this is a good song."
Okay.
And that was playing while Human Nature. So Human Nature was playing, and Sam Smith actually said he doesn't really like Michael Jackson.
Human Nature is a beast of a song. I love that song.
Yeah, no, it's a great song.
Chicago.
But here's the thing, right? As a fellow pop star and as a human being, I think
Right.
the everything just kind of blew up on social media when he was heard saying
How
that.
you say you don't like Michael Jackson?
How don't you
then?
like Michael Jackson?
But here's the
right?
crazy thing. Like, can we talk crazy thing? Like, how much did they put Michael Jackson in a negative way for us to hate Michael Jackson being a pedophile and all of these things, and never to come back and retract any of those stories? But yet, if somebody says that they don't like Michael Jackson, it's like, because
Right.
we had that conversation yesterday that
Right.
someone brought it up as well.
It's the music.
And
I
I'm
mean,
like, it's
separate the music from the
Man.
person, I guess,
That's
if
gotta
you
be.
must. But I mean, even a lot of the Michael Jackson stuff has gone away because it was proven false or proven wrong post-mortem,
Right.
So a lot of these things actually, the truth of them have come to light after he passed away, and
Right. Unfortunately.
unfortunately it happened after he passed.
Yeah.
But it's I can kind of see, although I can't agree with the Michael Jackson, right? Because I am a huge fan, much like most of the world, right, of Michael Jackson. But what happened? I am loud. Okay, but I can kind of see when it comes to popular artists not liking them, right? So, like, for instance, I can honestly say, and maybe somebody can help me in my journey, maybe somebody can show me what I've been missing. I don't really like the Beatles.
Oh, I don't like the Beatles. Every time everybody says the Beatles, I'll be like, hey, we're the Monkeys.
Okay, but that's not
the
it.
Beatles.
So what I'm saying is,
that's my point.
that's
Like, I'll be
not
like,
the
they're
Beatles.
not even the Beatles.
They're not even the Beatles.
And
I just like, any song, I know Beatles songs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
As a
Not a
DJ, you
Beatles-
learn about
yeah.
Beatles songs, but I can honestly say I've never really went out to listen to the Beatles on purpose by myself for enjoyment.
any reason, right?
For enjoyment.
Yeah.
And I don't really love the Beatles, so to each his own,
Yeah.
right? I can honestly say that I've very rarely ever listened to an Elvis Presley song.
I don't like Elvis.
On purpose,
I don't
for fun.
Well, I'm going to say I don't like Elvis because my daddy convinced me that Elvis was racist. We don't even have to have this conversation.
He convinced you.
Yeah, but he said, all he did was tell me one story saying that Elvis said the black people weren't even good enough to shine his shoes and something else. And he didn't like Elvis, so I didn't like Elvis. Wrong or not, don't matter. I mean, it didn't matter. It was just the fact that Daddy said it, right?
Right.
So I've never liked Elvis.
Oh man.
Ever.
Okay. I don't know what Elvis's history was. Obviously, I was not there.
Yeah.
But his music is certainly very connected to black culture.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
it's very he stole some people would say that he stole
that's what
a
my
lot
daddy
of
would
black
say,
culture,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
and he said he stole all of our music and our moves and said we weren't even good enough to shine his shoes.
he said that?
That's what my daddy said that he said. Look, who knew? I don't know. I was probably 5 when he told me. You know what I'm saying? They both gone now, so we can't ask nobody.
Yeah, everybody's gone. I have no idea.
So I have no idea.
We don't know if he
but
would
I
have been
know that I don't
Make
like
America
Elvis.
Great Again
Right.
hats
He would have been at
in
the
Memphis.
He would have been at the Trump rally.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Somebody says his music is very stolen and he was very racist.
That's Ray Sorrell again.
Yes.
Ray Sorrell.
Mr. Ray. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I will tell
Anyway.
you that it's interesting. Somebody else had said that yesterday, and I was like, I mean, you can not like Michael Jackson, I guess. And then I'm like, he's not even from here, right? And he from somewhere else?
Sam Smith?
Yeah.
Sam Smith is British, but
So he's not from America.
so what?
So maybe he
Michael
don't
Jackson was a worldwide
Maybe he don't. But I'm saying maybe he don't like
icon.
American people.
No, that's not.
That's not it.
That's not it. And Sam Smith is frequently a top 40 artist here. Like Sam Smith is a massive global pop star.
I don't know why he don't like Michael. Maybe he's just jealous.
To each his own. No, it's not even that, right? To each his own. I'm not jealous of Elvis Presley. I'm not jealous of the Beatles. Right. I just don't listen to their music. I don't find it I don't find a connection to it.
But maybe you're also not in the same thing. Like maybe he thinks he's better than Michael Jackson in his own sense. Like he was talking about with comedians and stuff. Like maybe he's like, I could make like the heckler. Right?
Well, I don't want to put that on him.
Well, not on him, but maybe he thinks.
I don't want to put that on him. I don't know why.
We don't know why.
Why? Maybe it's just human nature. Why?
Nice. Way to bring it back in.
Thank you, baby.
Way to bring it back in. All right. Also trending in the news.
Yes.
In God we trust. Do we trust him? Do we trust them? Mm-hmm. Apparently, this has been the saying. The saying in
money?
Hold please. In Florida. This has been the saying in Florida for many years.
I read a headline about this.
Yeah, so in 1868, it said, "In God we trust" on the state seal.
Okay.
In 1900s, the flag had "In God we trust" on it. In 2006, it became the motto of Florida. The motto.
Motto.
Why does that not sound right? The motto of Florida, which was "In God we trust." Okay. And now, in 2018, it now will hang in every Florida school by law.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
I feel fine because it's on my money, and I trust God. So I don't have a problem with it. Now, I don't know about folks that maybe do not believe in God or of that sort. So are they feeling that that's being, forced upon them, you know? So I don't know about that. That's kind of where I'm at. Like I don't have any problem with seeing God, the word God, anywhere. But again, I love God, so I don't got a problem with it.
Right.
But I feel like some people will.
Right. Like I don't even. It's been so long since I've been in school. Yeah. But is there still the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of school when you're a kid?
Good question. Don't know.
And if they do that, have they still removed? Because a lot of places removed, if not nationwide, remove the "under God" part from the Pledge of Allegiance,
really?
so as not to offend, so to speak, or not to force prayer in schools, kind of thing, right? But I don't know. See, Florida is an odd place, right? Mm-hmm. Every time you see it in the news, a Florida man, a Florida woman, it's always some crazy thing, right? And it's interesting about Florida, having lived there for a little while, going to college there. Florida is a very long state, right? Like kind of like California is a really long state. Florida is a really long state, but it's surrounded on three sides by water, so it's a peninsula. The interesting thing about Florida is once you're as deep into Florida as possible, it can be construed as a very liberal or more liberal kind of place, right? But the further north you go, the further south you are in Florida.
Gotcha. That's where your conservative stuff comes.
And the further, like literally, the further north you go, the further into the deep south you are. Right?
Wow.
So that's an interesting kind of tidbit, factoid about Florida. So it is generally considered a red state, right? The governor is Republican and everything. So and that's not to say that your politics are, a thing, but conservatism is very deeply entrenched with religion, right? So maybe I'm sure that's kind of where that's coming from, but I don't know how to feel about it, right? Like I don't. Maybe I shouldn't feel it. I mean, it doesn't really affect me now, and maybe I shouldn't feel a certain way about it. But does government have the right to put that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they separated God and state a long time ago, or what's going on.
Well, church and state is different than,
right. Well, I'm sorry, church and state. But like I said, this says "In God we trust," which is on our money.
It's on the money,
So it ain't gone nowhere from our money,
right?
And even people that don't believe in God still carry money.
Yeah. Well, they don't read it. They just spend it.
They not burning it because it says "In God we trust." Oh, I don't want this 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they still stacking them papers, whether it says God or not. So I'm assuming it's not going to change too many people's lives. I don't know. Maybe because of the tragedies that happened in the schools. Maybe they felt like we need to hang this message up in all the schools. Maybe it'll, I don't know.
I don't know.
Subliminally have.
I don't know. But it's a cause. Maybe a cause for parents. You know, it's really. Here's the thing, right? So it all boils down to parents. So if conservatism really truly is, and then I don't know, maybe a conservative, a very tall 6'5" conservative that I know might be able to shed some light on this. Mm-hmm. But if conservatism really is about keeping government out of your life,
right?
And then government is now kind of superseding or putting itself between a parent and their child in terms of teaching them about religion by promoting a God, right? Doesn't say in Allah we trust. It doesn't say in
that's right. Anything else.
So whoever. It says in God we trust. Maybe that's a conversation to have in Florida,
right?
Right. But I again, like you said, I also believe in God, so it doesn't for me. I don't mind.
You don't do nothing, but I know for somebody out there,
they do. And again, it's the conservatives, the people who say government needs to stay out of our personal business, that's actually doing this. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. What are some of our? Well, I would say some of our celebrities doing? Jada, Will is a lot. Have you seen Will on camera a lot lately?
Will Smith?
Yes, they continuously talking to him about their relationship. Will and Jada.
Well, it's always kind of like every time you kind of hear about, if he doesn't have a movie, it's about their relationship. Yeah, it's about their relationship.
And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with their relationship. It's like they're looking for the evilness. And the last interview he did, he said, "Look, man, we don't even call each other spouses anymore. We call each other life partners because there's nothing that she can do and there's nothing that I can do that we're gonna leave each other." And we're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are to the point where they feel, Will said, there is nothing she can do that will make me leave that woman. Okay. She is my life partner.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, this is beautiful. Why are we talking to him again about it? Didn't he say that the last time you talked to him? Like, there must be a movie coming out, or there must be something happening, because they keep on having more and more conversations about Will and Jada.
I don't know.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Let's let that breathe, guys.
Yeah.
Let's let that breathe. Okay. So there was an incident that happened on the pyramid, the $100,000 pyramid that's hosted.
They brought that back?
They brought that back. ABC over the summertime. For the past couple of years, they've been doing like To Tell the Truth. That's hosted by Anthony Anderson, and the $100,000 pyramid. That's hosted by Michael Strahan. By Michael Strahan hosts that. And it's interesting. So on the last $100,000 pyramid, there was a gentleman named Evan Kaufman who has now been dubbed whether you agree or not, he's now been dubbed the racist game show guy.
What?
Right. The racist $100,000 pyramid guy.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And I'll tell you what happened real quick. So he was with Tim Meadows from SNL, right? And Tim Meadows was feeding him the clues. At the end of the $100,000 pyramid, where the person there's two people facing each other, and then the people and then the things behind me are going, and then you're giving me clues so that I can guess what's happening behind me, right? Okay, so that's $100,000 pyramid. So he was with Tim Meadows. And the clue came up, and the clue was people whose last name is Obama. Okay? So that's the clue. People whose last name is Obama.
So Michelle, Miley, what's her name?
Right.
What's the daughter?
So Malia, Sasha, Michelle, and Barack, right?
Would be the answer.
So those were, any one of those
would have worked,
right?
What did he say? What did he say?
He was.
What did he say? Oh, I'm scared to ask, Lord.
Okay.
What did he say?
So he was giving the clue, right? So he saw that the thing said people whose last name is Obama. So he could have said any of those things to Tim Meadows to guess, oh, people whose last name is Obama, right?
Right.
But what came out of his mouth was Bin Laden, because he didn't see Obama, he saw Osama. In his mind, that said Osama.
Oh, no.
So his clue to Tim Meadows was Bin Laden, right? He corrected himself right away, but obviously the mistake is now the stuff of social media.
Oh, no.
So he went on this whole Twitter thing to kind of explain himself, right? To say, okay, look. So he started off his tweet by saying, so, this is me below, and he put a clip up. This is me. I am the racist $100,000 pyramid guy. Let me tell you the story of perhaps the most embarrassing moment of my life. And he goes on to explain that he was incredibly tired because he and his wife just had a baby, and so that's late nights up, but he got this opportunity to be on $100,000 pyramid. So yes, he was functioning on no sleep, but he's thinking, man, if I could win this money, it would really help my family right now. We just got a baby, like we need money, we need whatever. And so, he kind of went on to explain the tweet is it was like 13 or 14 like tweets, consecutive tweets.
That's why old people use Facebook, so you can put it all
right, or Instagram and take a picture of your thing and then tell your story, right? But in the end, so he's saying the first square flips. I breathe. I read people whose last name is Obama. I freeze. There's only one, Barack Obama. The man I would have voted for 3 times. So he's like all in for Obama. Who else is a famous Obama? My brain is racing. I need to list multiple people. I can't just say Barack. What should I have said? Michelle, Sasha, Malia, Bo, the dog, right? And then what did my brain decide? Who's associated with Obama? Who did he kill? Sounds like Obama. And now you got this perfectly viral clip. And it goes on, and you should probably read it because it's interesting, but it just goes to show how a slip up by the wrong person at the wrong time
will have you called Roseanne.
Oh, yes. And in the end, he ended up winning $8,500 or something. He obviously didn't get the $100,000 because that was not the answer.
Oh my gosh!
And so he wrapped up his tweets by saying, "I leave with $8,500 and the story of being the worst pyramid guest of all time."
Of all time. I will never live it down. Oh,
but that was him telling the story as well. Like he admits it 100%.
But these are the things that right there says, I'm accountable.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I really didn't mean it.
Right.
And this is how it went down.
And
it's coming from me.
Right.
Before anybody else. You have nothing but love for someone who does stuff like that.
Right.
And then you can literally put yourself in the situation and be like, could happen to anyone, dude.
Could happen to anyone.
But when you let other people do stuff and you don't say anything and you stay silent or you make an excuse or whatever, that's when people say, oh, you racist.
Yep. The excuse.
Period. So speaking of racistness, which you are not, sir.
Right. And he owned it. Thank you for owning it.
Which you are not, sir.
Right.
There's more people out there being mad at people while being black and existing. So another trending story.
What?
What? That happened again. Yes, boo.
Not here. Not
shopping
in America.
while black.
Not in America, please.
Shopping while black is the last incident.
All of these stories are false, ma'am.
Because they can't happen.
Can't possibly be true.
Staples currently is under fire for accusing a pregnant woman. So you know they're bad, right?
Oh, yes.
You know it's bad.
I saw
a pregnant woman of stealing. Damn, what's that under?
Does your belly look fake? And what is it that you're wearing that your belly looks so fake that somebody can mistake that? Or are you that vapid that you don't know when somebody's pregnant and when somebody's not?
Or maybe, what did you think Staples had that she put in her pants that gave her a perfectly round belly?
Backpacks.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Backpacks. She was heading to the drive.
Backpacks.
She was heading to the drive and wanted to donate.
Come on, we stop her. Man, I need them to stop already.
Bananas. Well, Staples responded and apologized profusely to this young lady.
Yeah.
And they fired the manager.
That was doing at that point, you know, because you're not allowed to do anything to a pregnant woman. You can't cuss them out. You can't touch them wrong. You can't.
You know, in the Latino culture, you can't deny them anything either. If they said, "Ooh, can I have a bite of your ice cream?" As much as I want to be like,
no,
go get your own ice cream.
Right.
You gotta be like, yes, ma'am. And you, like in the Latino culture, denying a pregnant woman is actually considered bad luck.
Anything. See?
Denying a pregnant
woman. So, I mean,
is
that's a life that's growing, right? So, you know, you do anything to someone who's pregnant, you're like the most insane person in the land, even if the pregnant woman happened to be wrong, right?
Yeah.
You would still be the one.
Look, I need to convince you to come around so that I don't die in a fiery car crash.
I'm just
so
saying,
please just understand that this is my cake. There's more cake there for you.
I'm just saying. So I just feel like, you know, at that point, you could apologize all you want, you can do all you want, but you're still going to be labeled as the people who can't tell that a female is pregnant or not.
Right. And I wonder what.
And then the reaction too, because like this is my thing too, because I always ask, you know, when people, I have a thing that I have a problem with people using race or situations like that, anything close to it, as an excuse when you're actually doing something wrong, right? So if you actually killed someone, you can't come and tell me that it's because you black that they hunt you down. No, it's because you shot someone.
It's because you shot
right?
someone, right?
You cannot disregard the negative or the bad thing that you are doing or did.
Right.
It's not your color. It's and it might be, but trust me, it's the bad thing that's led them to you, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I have a problem with people making that as an excuse, you know, and like just in situations like this, man, like I just need people to do right, like be better. You know how to treat folks. You know right from wrong. You know these things, and when a lady responds to you as, "What do you have under there?" Twins.
Right.
This should have been the first thought of, she didn't even have a reaction of a thief.
Right. She
you
was
know
just
what I'm
like,
saying?
Oh, you know.
Like, you know when somebody's shoplifting.
Right.
I know you've seen videos of this before.
Right.
I know you've seen how people look when they're being shifty and shady.
Right.
Versus the woman with twins that went and bought some backpacks.
Right.
Like, it's completely different. And so for that, I feel like, yeah, man, you got to get it. You got to get it, woman. And thank you, Staples, for firing and getting rid of the situation.
Standing up, for being stand-up people. Yeah, and getting rid of that situation.
And not
that bad shopping
saying that there's an investigation
we're going to have an internal investigation.
No,
and
fire that
going
witch.
to suspend with pay. So now usually these people get a vacation. Right?
For being racist.
While there's an investigation going on.
Yeah, I don't like that. So, yeah. All right.
Oh, boy. Here's something that I wanted to read with you because I didn't really get it at the time. Maybe I'll get it now.
Okay.
So Laverne Cox is calling out the injustice of misgendering murder victims.
Okay.
So the story reads that she says that she was sobbed and she wept after reading a news report from ProPublica about multiple transgender murder victims who were repeatedly misgendered by police departments and agencies charged with working the cases. All right. She said that the lack of policies in place to ensure transgender murder victims' gender identities are respected as an injustice on top of injustice. You get me? So she says that she's been saying for years that misgendering a trans person is an act of violence. When I saw that I'm referring to culture and structural violence, Cox wrote in a note posted to social media about the article. The police misgendering and denaming trans murder victims as a matter of policy feels like a really good example of that cultural and structural violence. So basically, she's raging against, I guess there's policies in place that if a transgendered individual is murdered, then when they're put through the process of trying to find their killers, or once they're murdered, they actually reverse the transgendered thing and call him or her or her or him. Right?
And she's saying that that's they're born as.
I believe that's what it is. Yes.
All right, I need her to calm down.
You need
or him. Whatever.
Oh, you're not on.
No, I mean that's just. I mean, we're talking about you have now passed away, so now we need to make sure whatever you need to make sure, or whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? And look, if they doing something to where what you was born into this world as, then I don't have a problem with it. I guess she has a problem with it because she wants to be the opposite. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I might have been born this way, but I feel like a woman inside. So you want everybody else to call you a woman as well.
Right.
And after your death, nobody can control what people say after our death. Anyway, I get that that's a law, whatever. I'm assuming that maybe, I don't know. I just know that maybe at the end when you're gone, they just need to make sure that, I don't know what they got to make sure of. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I didn't know that it was a thing, right? I didn't know that if you're transgendered, then and you've already done your thing, you are now a woman. Mm-hmm. Why switch you back because you died, right? If you identify as a woman and you're in society as a woman and you're living a life as a woman, mm-hmm. why change you back when you die?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there might be a reason, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know what it is.
So I'm guessing that her reaction to it is basically like a feeling like there's an injustice at the end of it all.
Yeah,
right.
Like so it's like
work so hard to finally achieve, or to achieve some sort of equality and achieve acceptance, and then in the final throes of life, you take that away from me.
Your mama named you Cletus. I'm gonna call you Cletus. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel you, man. But let's talk. I mean, man, so many people get injustice after they pass. It's especially if you're a celebrity or famous or anywhere out there. You know what I'm saying? People will be like, just let them rest in peace.
Let them rest. Right?
The only thing I could think of is that maybe if you haven't made the actual change with your gender, right? Because there's many men who are dressed up as women or have the whatever, but they still have their penis. So, once you're dead, it's like you're still a man though. You know what I'm saying? So in your life, you lived as a woman and all that great stuff, but you still have your penis, so you are still a man. So maybe they mama didn't know they had a sex change, so they still call him Cletus. So they put him in the name, and my son, what happened? I haven't seen him in 20 years, and she don't even know. I don't know. I'm thinking of a Lifetime story right now. Story on Lifetime.
This is a Lifetime story,
but that would be it, Like, I didn't know that's what he did or whatever. That's the only thing that I could think of, because they haven't changed their genitalia. So if they haven't changed their genitalia, then it's going to go on record that they are a man. Because in all fact, you are a man, especially if you still have a penis connected.
Right. Yeah.
Now if you don't, and now you have transformed into the whatever, then why would they would have to do even more to be like, oh, this is a trans, what I'm saying? This is someone who actually did a gender change. Right? But if you're just a transsexual, someone who's just dressing up as...
Well, that would just be a transvestite, right?
Vestite, right? So that would be...
I don't know why the policy would exist, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why the policy would... I don't know why the policy would exist.
I don't know either.
Okay, yeah. So,
but I'm just gonna say
the actual just straight up definition of transgender is denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you had to have had any surgeries or any kind of.
So I feel like if you're still connected, then they're gonna put you as a man. If you still got, if you have a vagina, then they're gonna put you as a woman, because that's what you was godly created for you to be. And as you left this earth, that's what you are being buried back into the earth, into the land as, and that's what they're naming you as. That's what I'm going with. Other than that, I have no clue. I don't know.
We don't know what we don't know what they got inside. We just stand out here.
I do know that it's that time.
Is it? Oh man,
It's that time
earlier and earlier
that you can't stand.
All right.
But let me tell you this, because we got lots of things going on and shows that be coming on. So new radio program again is coming and all that good stuff. So we got to stay on track. But I will tell you this, other things that folks don't understand and, you know, whatever. There's plenty of sports talk going on that we must talk about tomorrow.
Sports talk.
Yeah, we got to talk about Serena and her new outfit going to the U.S. Open. She's like, they call her the GOAT of tennis apparel.
Yeah. Well, probably of tennis, right?
I mean, right? Because she's awesome.
How many
20
plus Grand Slams? Like,
yeah.
Who else? I mean, I think one other person maybe.
Well, back in the day, you know, Martina Navratilova and all that kind of stuff.
Does she have that many Grand Slams? I mean, I know that she hasn't.
It would be a
Steffi
Graf,
yet,
Martina Navratilova, Martina, and Chris Evert. Those are all the women that used to win everything when we were growing up. You know, so if anybody has something that's close to her, it's one of those three: Steffi Graf, Christina, or Martina.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think anybody else has won as many as those.
Okay.
And then little Miss Zena Garrison. No, Zena Garrison. She's black. That's not her. She doesn't. What's the one that used to moan like that? And she had a double backhand and a double forehand, double backhand. She had red hair. She wasn't from here, and her grunt was two of them. Every time she played. When she volleyed. I was like, ooh, your ums are so intense. Grunting is a thing.
It is a thing.
You know, and in sports period, because it helps you with breathing, right? So in Taekwondo, you have to key up, right? So when you hear people, when they do punches and stuff, you hear, ha, ha, because it's all in your breath, and you have to do certain things. And in tennis, it's much the same. So people have different grunts and stuff. So hers was like very much of a thing when she,
Yeah. I remember that there was a time too where they were actually talking about whether or not to ban the grunt or try to make it so that people didn't do it because it was distracting or it was getting too much, right?
Again, she was one. It was probably during that little mama's time with the doubles because she had a very loud one and it was very with every stroke and two on each.
Right. So I guess they just decided to just leave it alone.
Yeah, because you can't. It's part of your breathing. It's part of your follow through. It's part of all of that stuff. It's with your stroke. So yeah, you can't take away the grunt in any of that.
And it elevates the game, right? So if you want them to play this hard, then they need to breathe hard.
Oh yeah. It is.
Otherwise, it's just.
And you hear the difference.
I win
when they're warming up. It's almost like that. They'll be
Chad,
like,
I won again. I won again. Watch my sketch.
I got so many new videos in my head.
Dear me, pardon my grunts. I am elevating the game.
Elevating.
Absolutely.
Look, I need GoFundMe's are big, and the people are doing them these days. I need you to go ahead and start us one. Somebody out there start a GoFundMe for the one. You know, always better when other people do it for you, right? It's not like on my own stuff. Go start a GoFundMe for the one so we can do great things. Bronco fans have started a GoFundMe. Bronco fans have started a GoFundMe.
Right, I'm not guessing because the Broncos said start a GoFundMe for me.
Not for the one.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Hey, look, somebody get out there and say, no, the reason why they started GoFundMe is because they don't like the quarterback.
What, to buy out his contract?
Yes,
I heard about
fool.
that.
Yes. I was like, well, who keeping the money? What's going on?
Right.
That is so funny. I was like, how does that
even
work? So
they would then take the money and then give it to
the coach?
The owners, the organization, and then say, please get rid of this person.
Get rid of this person. We gave you his contract money. That is so real in the streets.
Wow. They hate you that much.
They hate you that much.
They just don't appreciate your sportsmanship.
As much as we talk about people having an issue of coming together, could you imagine if they came together to end us?
We are raising money to buy the building so that they can move. We can evict away. We can evict these people.
Can you believe it?
We are raising to buy San Antonio so they cannot move into the city anymore. What? Right. Like, that would hurt my feelings. I'll just let you know that, right? If I mean, I'd be like, what the hell? Whose feelings would that not hurt? No.
Anybody in life. Yeah. We're raising money to get rid of your ass.
Rid of you. Wow. Is he just a bad player, or they just don't like him?
They don't like him. Look, I would almost do one if y'all tried to bring Romo back to the Cowboys. I'd be like, man, we got to raise some money. This cannot happen. This cannot happen.
That's interesting. So do you think that this may even... I mean, it's a reach, right? But do you think that this could start a trend in raising monies for organizations to make things happen? Like, you know what? LeBron is a free agent. Why don't we help the team raise money so that we can then offer him more to come to the Spurs, so to speak? You know, or anybody else. Michael Jordan can come out of retirement.
This is crazy because I feel like what you just said would happen, and I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so pissed.
People voting with their dollars.
Because they're gonna be like, can we please build this community school?
No, one GoFundMe to get LeBron's to come, and one GoFundMe to have LeBron stay right where he is. You know, and then battling, and then the winner.
Another GoFundMe to
another GoFundMe to move the Spurs to New Braunfels. We moving. What? New Braunfels came with the cake. And we going to New Braunfels, people. The New Braunfels Spurs.
Oh, my gosh.
Ye motherfucking high.
If y'all get on one accord for that, I'm slapping everybody. All right. We love you. We're going to see you later. Give me a hand. Jesus! Thank you.
She just want to start the TV stuff.
Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. All right, world. We love you. We thank you guys for joining us today, and we thank all the party people out there, all the engagement on the feed. We thank you guys so very much. It keeps us animated in the morning and keeps us alive for the rest of our day. Keep it sexy. Keep it classy. Mwah. Kissy face. We're out of here.
We out.